great family stuff, Marianne talked to Jacob and Izzy about Alex's future. Amanda wrote about her daughter Jazz. Gemma and Simon adopted the day of SL's christening. Carrie Morgan wrote a poem for LB, and Rebecca talked about her son's love of the coast.
Connor was a comedy dude, so it was really appropriate that John Williams dedicated his part of the show with King Canute and Marcus Richardson to him. Tired of looking like you've just stepped out of a salon? George Julian certainly was, so she shaved all her hair off for Connor and the Rowcroft Hospice. But the action didn't stop there. Oh no, there was Charlotte in Knot, there was 107 red balloons from Frog Orange, there was Andrew Smith and the Chief Executive Inquest, and Mark Sherry and the Toledo Gang. Meanwhile, the Housing Alliance socked it to them. Katie Peacock and two villages in Yorkshire, well done the White Rose, had cakes and tea, and Lauren helped people be heard. We didn't find our way back to the garden, but Dan, Rebecca, Ruby and Rosa found their way to Glastonbury with a fantastic flag which kept flying even when the pole broke. In March, this letter was signed by over 600 people. Right on.
There were a load of activities on social media, including a learning disability elf post, blogs by Gail, Lucy, Philip, Michelle, Maraud, Debbie, Angela, Ermentrude, Jenny and PSG Manchester. Some people did an activity for each day. Mark and Granny Wiles wrote a post a day while Anne tweeted photos of buses for Vancouver and Sam tweeted about ATUs.
Zinnia's social enterprise were the first horticultural day on day 8. They planted seeds, grew plants and then sold them to raise money for LB's Fighting Fund. At the other end of the campaign, on day 104, trainees from the Sunnyside Rural Trust opened their memorial garden.
There was a lot of sporting stuff. Chris, John and Martin cycled 107 miles, Lucy ran the Exmoor Marathon, Daniel and Deborah ran the London Marathon, Jane ran 107 kilometres, Ruth ran the Hardmore Wainstones Trail, and Glynis, Leslie and Emma did a triathlon. Maddie canoed 125 miles from Devizes to Westminster, age 15.
Day 80 saw the party night to end all party nights, with Busker John and the amazing Jeffrey, together with DJs, food and dancing at Oxford Sports and Social Club. At the same time, 10 miles north of Oxford, another group came together for an English country dance with caller Richard Ford at Bletchington Village Hall. A week later, Sarah's colleagues held a buses, cake and Prosecco event on day 79. 107 Days was brimming with academic activity, and LB featured in the Art Historians Association Conference, the Universities of Cardiff, Lancaster, Aston and Kent, London School of Economics, NUI Galway, and the BSA British Library Annual Equality Lecture.
All sorts of amazing people did all sorts of amazing things. Oxfordshire Family Support Network launched their Health Watch report in memory of Connor. And it was totes amazeballs throughout the campaign as organisations did fantastic things in memory of Connor and also to raise disability rights awareness. This included Educational Rights Alliance, NAS, True Voice, Build, Becky and the Messy Church. I hope they cleaned up. Spreading the word became key as people organised workshops around the country, including Max Neal, Paradigm, Certitude, Inclusion North and the Foundation for People with Learning Disabilities. Pippa Murray organised an afternoon tea. Scrummy.
Oh, the art stuff is absolutely brilliant. Jack made cats out of recycled materials. David Harling did an animation that made the hair stand up on the back of your neck. Joe made pencil cases. Ruth made notebooks. Fiona did beach art in Fife. Suki won a hair competition with LB-inspired hair designs. Brian's wall hanging is spectacular. And the Justice for LB quilt is indescribably amazing.
We can't believe that LB now has 3 school buses and a Scania truck named after him. Thanks to Rogers Coaches and Earthline, he would be chuffed to bits. There was other transport stuff too that was amazing. Steve made 107 bus journeys in one day, and Carol spent a day on buses. Bridget and Kathy went to LB's favourite bus museum, Veronica made a bus cake, and the Oxford Woodcraft Oak had a bus drawing session.
Okay, pop pickers, now many of you know Connor loved music, and many people took the opportunity to celebrate his love of music through that medium in their own way, like Adam with his EP for LB. First Note Luton, Anne-Marie and Louise who sang Lamentations, Busker John, and Izzy met the Augustines. Take it away!